Shumate Huff. I am a second-degree black belt. I got my training with the American Taekwondo Association. There's a lot of those association in schools in the Metroplex here in the Kansas City area. I have been teaching, though, for the self-defense for the public library here for the last 10 years, and it's been a very rewarding part of my martial arts career. Martial arts, as my associate and I would let you know, that martial arts is kind of a way of, it can be a way of life, or it can be a way of a philosophy, and the philosophy of knowing your inner core and knowing your inner structure. And self-defense is a lot of the same thing. Self-defense is something that you are in total, you're the total person. You are in charge of it. No one else is in charge of your self-defense but you. So, in looking at that, and looking at your personal defense, your self-defense, however you want to think of it, is my segment today to you all as adults. And adults have a very busy life. We are not in charge, we're only in charge of ourselves, we're in charge of maybe our kids, maybe of our pets, or our spouses, our extended family, our jobs, our households. We have a very busy life. And thinking about a personal self-defense maybe is something that we don't normally think about. We don't think about that as being a personal responsibility, or something that we get up in the morning and we brush our teeth and we think self-defense. We think, oh, what am I going to do today for self-defense? And so I want this segment to remind everybody, this is something that you can do automatically. This can be something that you can think of. It's just part of your daily thought automatically of, where am I at in this situation? Where am I at in this room? I'm in a room that has 2 back doors back here and an exit here. So what happens then if there's a fire alarm? We go out the exit, right? We go out the closest exit and follow the exits to outside. The same with a tornado. We hear tornado sounds. We hear, where do we go for tornadoes? We have somebody in the room that tells us and gives us directions where to go. So we have signs and people out throughout our day in buildings or at work, at school, that kind of give you a sense of where do you go in this emergency situation. So you tend to think of self-defense as being emergency situations. I did for many years until I started my Taekwondo, and then I learned that, wow, I have control over my own personal defense, my own safety. I have a small child. That's why we got into this 25 years ago, or I'm sorry, it's longer than that. 25 years ago. And so I got into it really basically for her, and then found out, wow, this affects me too. I need to take responsibility for my safety, my own personal safety, to be responsible for her personal safety. And that's where my journey began. So I'm telling you that whatever your journey is, please be aware of your personal aurora, your personal safety, and maybe then allow the public libraries, especially the Mid-Continent libraries, have a great source of information to look into personal safety. And they have some great books out there, some sources that they can direct you for reliable YouTubes, and for researched information that you can rely on, that is something that you can use, that's something that is obtainable for you and that you can understand and incorporate in your daily lives. So, just to talk about that. Daily lives. We get up, we get ready, we go to work, we get in the car, and we go to work. We don't think that anything's going to happen to us in between going to work and getting in the car and going to work. But let's say our car stops out on 50 highway out here, and you're going towards Warrensburg to work or something like that, and you are then out in a vulnerable situation. You can be put into a vulnerable situation in a moment's notice and not be prepared for what to do, because it's not something that you've thought about. It's not something that you've put into your mindset that could happen to you. So you pull out your cell phone, but you're in an area where your cell phone, you're not getting a ping on a cell tower, because you might be in between here and, let's say, Sedalia, or here in Warrensburg, or you're in between here and Platte City, or somewhere that you're traveling to go, and you don't have that crutch. I'm going to say it's a crutch, because it's a crutch of something that we say, I can always call on my cell phone and get help. But that might not always be the case. So then you have to be prepared if somebody comes driving up behind you and offers you help. And what do you do in that situation? So these are the type of situations that you can be put into that you never thought in a moment's notice that this was going to happen to you. You could be at an amusement park, and you have a situation where you're out in their vast, big parking lot, and somebody approaches you, or you're you could be in the crowded amusement park, and somebody approaches you that doesn't have good intentions, and how you have the right to take care of your personal safety, because this is my bubble. So my bubble is right here. Actually, my bubble's about right here. Or my bubble could even be out here. Because if I don't know you, how comfortable are you with someone getting pretty close to you? If I wouldn't know my person here, I would say this would be okay if I was with a group of people. If I'm by myself and this person is this close, I might not be okay with this. So I'm going to be looking at this person straight in the eye, and I'm going to be thinking, I don't know you. I'm going to be taking my distance away from you. I would even dare to say that you could, if how you feel about this, that you could even put your hands up and say, I don't know you, stay away from me. So talking adult to adult, we have built up a certain amount of social norms where we don't want to embarrass ourselves or embarrass the other person or make somebody feel uncomfortable. But let me tell you, if you're feeling uncomfortable in this core right here, that gives you that up, fight or flight, or up, something's wrong, or up, I feel uncomfortable getting in this elevator just with you, that's okay, I'll take the next elevator. Well, I mean, COVID now, you have to take the next elevator. But before that, you didn't. And don't think the stairs are going to be any safer, because stairwells are not always the safest place to be if you're by yourself, unless you're running down them to exit the building because there's a fire in the building. But other than that, it's a situation where if you feel in your core, don't get in there, or it's a situation that I am not comfortable with, take yourself out of that situation. It is okay. Listen to yourself. I think that sometimes we don't listen to ourselves, and that is not a good thing to do when you're looking at your personal safety. So, trust into your instinct. We're going to go over some different moves today. And so the move today right now we're going to talk about is, I'm going to talk about this upward. You want to do this a little bit? I'm going to talk about this upward palm heel. We're going to go over what a palm heel is. This is an upward palm heel. Okay? I'm going to make a fist. This is a punch. And this is an upward punch. And this is a back fist. So fist. And then elbows. I like elbows. Elbows. So your hands, especially for women, I'm not a big puncher because my wrist isn't that strong. So basically I like this palm heel. So if everybody goes like this, that palm heel, that is almost like stone. So this palm heel, I like to use it for coming up underneath something, up underneath the nose, punching in the eyes and scraping down. And So it's a very strong tool of our body to use. Also, another strong tool is, especially if you like MMA, is that elbow. Bam, bam, that elbow's like, so the elbow right here. So if you make your fist, you got this elbow. So 1, 2, 3. Great aerobics there, right? I mean, this is something when you're at home, you can do this, make your fist go. And the reason why I step over is because I can do this right here, but it doesn't give me enough of stabilization in how I can step over, especially if somebody's behind me and I step over, I make them more surface here for me to do this elbow in. Now I can come around this and do this, but then they can catch that elbow. So if I catch that elbow, okay, why don't you catch it with your one arm? Okay, so you can catch that elbow, I can come down like this. So this elbow, this has more force into it than this does, because you lose a lot of your kinetic energy up here. This does not. So you have your elbows are very good, and even if you do this, I love my hammer fist. So just like a hammer, and my palm heels, right? I like those palm heels. So the other thing that I like as far as strikes that we're going to talk about is just the kick to the shins. I like the kick to the shins. We have right here, we have, there are 9 contact spots on the body that you can hit for pain right here. For this spot right here is in the thigh. And we have in the forearm right here. So these are the ones I like, the forearm and the thighs. I mean, they're easy to remember, forearms and the thighs. Okay? So if somebody were to grab me from behind, I've got the thigh here, the elbow, thigh, elbow. Okay, so we're going to start with then. Oh, and the last thing I want to talk about is this. It's a spear hand. I call it the chicken poke. But the spear hand right here can go right to the jugular, the Adam's apple, right in here. That's what I like, spear hand, or it can go into the eyeballs. But really, when it goes into the throat area is what can really take somebody's throat away. So you can take your breath away. So we're going to talk about a one hand or a 2-arm grab or one-handed. You can start with the, 2-hand. If you are in a situation where this, and we're going to assume that all of this is either somebody that you are close with right now, that you know it's in your inner circle, and you can use it then against anybody that's not in your inner circle, but this is somebody maybe in your inner circle you're having issues with, or something that they grab you like this. You want to make that fist. You want to reach over, you want to grab it, and you're going to twist your body, and we're going to go this way, okay? So we're going to do this, we're going to break it down. First of all, it's all about your feet, too, and how you get out of your situation, because if you lock your feet up, if I'm facing him like this, and you can just back up holding me, just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. See, because he's just going to grab me if I'm facing him. Back this way. Okay, if he grabs me, see, so he knows he's going back, because I can tell right now he's decided to take me that way, because his body language tells me where he's going. This shoulder's back, that foot's back, he's going to drag me that way. Well, I know I'm not going that way, so I'm going to go this way. So I'm going to make that fist. Now, I know that I can't stand this way, so your feet make your position of your feet are a big part of how you do these techniques. So I want to be light on my feet, so I'm going to be more on the balls of my feet. I know that I'm going to twist to go this way. So if you remember the twister game, just, it's kind of like a surfer stance, a parallel stance, and you twist to go this way. So it's a parallel stance this way, twist, and it's a parallel stance this way. So if you can see my feet, parallel stance this way, twist on the balls of my feet, parallel stance this way. All right. So I know I'm going to make a fist, because if I don't, I'm not going to have enough strength in this arm. I don't have a lot of strength in my arms, more so in my legs. So I know this is my weakest spot. So I'm going to tense up my fist. If I tense up my fist, that tenses up my muscles, right? Makes them a little bit stronger, right? So I know that I can't break his grip this way. He's going to have too much muscle strength right here for me to do that. So I know that I need more help. So I got to use everything in my whole arsenal of thought, right? So I'm going to make my fist. I'm going to reach over and I'm going to grab my fist, right? And I'm going to pull up and I'm going to go this direction. So my elbow is going to take me where I'm going to go. One more time. My elbow is going to take me to where I'm going to go, right? There we go. All right. So, yeah, grab me again. Okay. Now, we know that we're going to go this way. We know how to do your feet, right? We know to make that fist. We know I'm going to reach over and grab it. But what if he's still too strong, right? So this is something then I'm going to think of, what am I going to do with this? I'm going to step on his toe. I'm going to step on his toe. I'm going to step on his toe as hard as I can. Step on his toe as hard as I can, right? I'm going to scream in his face. Scream in his face, and I'm going to pull, and I'm going to run. Do it one more time. I don't know you! Now I can get really loud. And I want you at home to get really loud because there's nobody around. You can get as loud as you want. But if this is a self-defense situation where you have to get loud, get loud. I mean, it's okay to find your voice. That's where you find your power, too, by the way, is when you find your voice and you scream like that. It's called a key up. Ah! It comes from below and comes straight up. Okay? Are you okay? Yeah. Okay. You want to grab me? All right. I don't know why he's grabbed me this way, but I don't want to be grabbed this way. You know, I'm going to reach over and I'm going to scream, call 911! I don't know you! Or call 911! Leave me alone. Okay. Call 911! Now hold really, really tight. Okay, this is pretty tight. Okay, pretty tight situation. I'm going to, if it's too tight, I'm going to step on that toe as hard as I can. I'm going to divert him as much as I can. Even if I blow in his face, ah! And I'm out. Okay? So that's pretty tight. He got me pretty good there. I'll have bruises tomorrow. Yay, I like bruises. Bruises are good when you're doing this because you know you're doing it right, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So that is a situation where somebody comes up to you. You know, you can think about what kind of situations these are. We could go over those type of situations, but over and over, you put yourself in a vulnerable situation at a party, outside in the parking lot, outside of a building, in a building, in a stairwell, in a building, in a hallway, when it's just you and some person, those kind of things. So one more time, and we'll do it real slow motion, right? I reach over, and I grab that fist that I just made, and my feet are going to twist, and just slow motion. I'm going to bring my elbow out, and what it does with his hands, watch his hands, if I bring it up, see his hands twist? See how I put his wrist in a bind? See how this is? And he has to let go. If he doesn't let go, okay, and I'm right here, see where I'm at right here? I've got this foot to step on, and I have this elbow. I'll use this elbow to knock him in the face to let me go. Okay? Awesome, thank you. All right. So that's called a two-hand grab, or a one-hand grab. I mean, a one-hand grab is easy. Do it with this hand. Okay. I mean, a one-hand grab is, you can see where the weak link is. This is called the weak link. I make the fist, I reach over, I pull towards that weak link. I twist my wrist and my elbow. See my whole kinetics of my body, from the shoulder to here, to put his hand and his forearm in a bind to where he has to let go with that weak link. Okay? All right, thank you. All right, so that is a frontal situation where somebody grabs you in a frontal situation when they're pretty close to you. And of course, you know, we could go over how close is too close and blah, blah, blah. But I mean, if he lunges at me and grabs me like this, so you can just lunge at me and grab me, I don't know you! You're gonna have to react fast, but you can react pretty fast with that, because that is he has to grab and grab. So by the time he grabs here, you know you're in trouble. Here, you know that you're gonna do this, right? So after I do this, you have all sorts of follow-ups. So if he comes towards me, and I'm not out far enough, I have this elbow. If he's in too close, pretty close, I have this elbow. I can hit right here. So this elbow hit right here goes into the solar plex or the rib cage, right in here, bam, bam. You know, if you got a pillow at home, you know, and you have somebody wants to practice with you, have them strap it on and just sit here and go. See how hard you can hit this. So you take your hand, just like you're doing a hammer or pounding something like this, and just pound into that, right? All right. So if anything else, like a follow up on if you're doing that and you got this, we've also got this hammer fist that can go to the side of the head, bam, or the nose, right? So the hammer fist, if everybody makes a hammer fist like this, you make a hammer fist. Yeah. Show the hammer fist is right here. It hits right here, hits right here, and you use those knuckles to go up against anything. Oh, sorry. This hammer fist will break that nose. It'll do something to that socket, and it's those leading knuckles that'll do some damage. So, bam. So you have this hammer fist, and you have this elbow. So those fists, hammer fist, elbows, hammer fist, elbows. So you can set and do and use these techniques. You can figure out anything of techniques that you might want to put together and work with whomever you're doing. Look at some books and say, well, maybe something else works better for me, you know. So let's say then another form of attack on the frontal is if somebody grabs you right here. Okay. First of all, I'm going to do it with a one-arm grab. We'll do this one-arm grab. And this is a one-arm grab like when you're a dude. You know what I'm talking about, a dude going to punch a dude, you know? Okay. So a one-arm grab is he's going to grab me right here. And usually it's going to follow up with a punch, right? So you're going to make a fist, and do a really slow punch. So you know the punch is coming here, right? So if one thing about this right here is if you're strong enough, and it's a man on a man, let's say, you know, and then you grab here, and this punch is coming up slow. This punch is coming up slow, right? Okay. I know that if I can block this punch, which you know, you learn this in Taekwondo with this outward block. Are you listening? No, listening. Okay, and then I'm right here, and then this comes up like this, right? So up underneath here, I can come up underneath here and move it out of the way. Okay, so right here, let's do it just a little bit faster. No, like you're going to punch me. All right. Okay? Okay? Because my whole thing is to punch you and to move away. Okay. Okay, you know. Okay, one more time. Okay, so when I move somebody away, I really want to try to get into there where their armpit is right here. Okay, because I know I'm going to move this. I want to move it. I can hit it right here. And put my hand right here on his bicep. Thank you. And his bicep right here, and push it that way, or I can take my spare hand and go up underneath that armpit, and you have some lymph nodes underneath there that hurts. Okay, awesome. So that's a one. You know, a one. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm gonna put that like that. Okay. So why don't you grab me then? That's a one. Grab me with a two. Okay. So I know that this is kind of hot for you, so bring me through that. I'm going to then use my downward fist, because this is a grab. All these grabs are something that are for a dangerous situation, but I know that this is something that could definitely go into here, or something that is going to definitely do me some bodily harm. So I'm going to have to think, what am I going to do here? I know that I'm not strong enough as a female to go underneath to do this, or to go like this, to break this. Like a lot of, if you're strong enough, a man to man, you can maybe break it like this, with right in here, or you can go out like this. But I can tell you right now, I am not. And if you're a female with a male, in a situation like this, you are not going to be able to break this right here. Very, very unlikely, unless you're as tall as they are and weigh as like they do. So what I'm going to do is something called the windmill. I'm going to take this hand right here and this hand right here, and I'm going to do a windmill. Now, you could do it's a high block, low block. Oh, a windmill, a windshield wiper, whatever you want to call it. Windshield wiper, high block, low block. Or you can take your hands and interlock them and do I call it a butterfly, or I guess a wave or something like that. Yeah. So grab me right here. Okay. So if I interlock, if he's really strong and I can't do this, and I'm too far away from him here, I'm going to step in and I'm going to step on this toe. And I'm probably going to do it with my heel, but step on this toe. I'm going to interlock my fingers here, and I'm going to do this one right here, because I got to get in close, because I got to get this other elbow here. I'm going to do that and push him away that way. Can we do it really slow?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So here I'm going to grab like this, and so this comes down like that. You see how that goes? Okay, one more time. Let's just kind of just do it really slow like that. One more time, and then even coming closer. And see how that puts his body and my body? And then if I have to, I've got this hand right here. I can do all sorts of stuff with this hand. I can hit him in the face. I can punch him in the face. You know, I can scratch his face, and I can push him away. Okay? All right, good job. Let's do it one more time. Yeah, thanks. I'm going to do it a little bit faster, okay? All right. Ah! Now, in Taekwondo, I've been taught to do the key up, and that's what that yell is. Your yell is going to be help. Help is overdone, if you ask me. I would yell fire. I would yell police. I would yell anything that's going to get somebody's attention. Okay, one more time. You grab me? Okay. This goes down, this goes up. And if you can do this, that's great. And you can push them away. If not, we're going to do the one with the wave, I guess you want to call it. This comes down, this goes up, and the wave goes like this, and I'm going to push him away. Thank you, sir. You might want to move back this way, away from that wire a little bit. All right. So one more time. I'm going to grab and do like that. And you say, well, you know, that just it comes natural to me. Yes, I've been doing this for 20 plus years. So it's natural to me. I know he's been doing it for many, many years too. And it comes natural to us because we practice it. But, you know, we practice how to brush our teeth, right? We do. Because if we brush them too hard, you know, you mess up your gums and blah, blah, blah. So we practice all these things about how to do other things, but it's not necessarily practice. It's just the right way to do it. So let's think about the right way to do some self-defense. So to practice this every once in a while with somebody, you know, that you trust, and it's your friend or your, you know, spouse or, you know, whomever, your child, you know, your, you know, family member. So do something that you can practice some of these moves. If you're here watching me or interested in it, so you might as well then be looking to practice this. So you can practice being the bad guy versus the good guy off and on. So well, let me do that with you. All ready? See, he's strong enough, he's going to break off because he's a man against a man. So do it see how he does with being an adult man to an adult man, which makes a big difference. And this is a offensive move. This is not a defensive move, I'm sorry. So it's not that you're doing offensive moves here. It's not something that I'm going to go out and I'm going to pulverize you. This is I'm getting away from you. I'm getting out of the situation, right? So There we go. And then I'm going to do it to him. Very good. And see how your body then takes you in the direction you want to go. See how his body takes him in that direction. Grab me. My body takes me in that direction. So it is something when you are practice in that mode of how you're going to get away, where's your objective. If you can think about it, then you can think about it in your practice mode. But then if you're in that situation, heaven forbid, you might then automatically go into that mode. You might automatically go there. So, we've gone to where they grab you like this. Now, this right here is not normally a man-to-man grab. This right here is a man to a child, a man to a teenager or a boy, teenager to teenager, to an adult woman, even adult woman to adult woman. But this is usually not a man-to-a-man grab, right? So this is definitely for the situations that we've talked about. I want to say, and I don't want to use that word weaker sex, but maybe somebody that is not as tall and not as strong as you, but based on it be somebody his size and his strength equal, they're not going to necessarily grab you like that. They're going to probably grab you with a punch. So we did the punch. So if I grab you like this, and I'm going to punch you, so you show them being how you would, as a man, deal with that, right? Okay, he's going to go like this, too. And that comes up. Now, what if I'm right here, and then I grab you, and I go like this, okay? Okay, so you grab me, you're gonna punch me, okay? And then I'm right here, and you grab me like you're going to knee me, right? So I'm right here then. So my hands are free. We'll do it again. This comes down, right? Okay, one more time. Okay, and then I can push back off his knee. One more time. Okay, and you can do it a little bit higher, this higher. Okay, one more time. Okay, then I can push off his knee. And those are kind of the kinetic ways of doing an offensive or a defensive, however you want to say it. It's offensive towards his body, but it's a defensive move for me to get away. I am not hurting him per se, but I am redirecting his energy, his kinetic energy. My energy is feeding off his energy, okay? So one more time. And then, it goes that way. So I'm going to do this to you. Hit me right here. So what I want you to do is I'm going to punch you, and then I want you to, because I'm going to come in, okay? Okay. Well, here I'm going to go inside. There we go. This goes inside. Yeah, and then the kick, and you're going to kick. So you're going to kick. Well, I'm going to kick you. I'm sorry. There you go. Okay. All right. Here we go. And I'm going to kick you. There you go. And you're going to push off that. And a little bit this way. So here we go. All right. There you go. There you go. So he's going to push me off with that kick. Let's look at this frontwards where, okay, this right here goes into, we did the butterfly, but it goes to the choke. This is a choke hold, and this is something that is a very serious move. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to, my hands, watch my hands, they're going to come in right to where his wrists are. And my thumbs are going to grab, see where my thumbs grab his thumbs, okay? So my hands come in to where his thumbs are, my thumbs grab his thumbs, and basically my palms of my hands rest on his wrist in between here and here, here and here. Okay, right in here. Okay, and then I'm going to step back and step straight down, right? Okay, this is going to take this off of my throat. This is a very serious hold right here. Okay, so this is something I need to take this off of my throat. So I'm right here. My hands come in, okay? My elbows are going to go straight down when I step down, or step back like this, right? And I'm going to push off. Okay, one more time. We'll do it really slow. Out here, I come in. This leg right here goes steps back. At the same time, this goes down here, and I pull down towards my body. So my elbows come down towards my body, and at the same time, I'm pulling his wrist into my body and stepping back, which puts him at a disadvantage in his body, and his wrist are a bind. They get in a bind, and you can break somebody's wrist like this, so be very careful when you're doing this maneuver. So here we go, and I'm straight down like this, okay? He's in a bad spot. If I can just get his wrist off, his hands off my throat, that's my objective. So can you do it real slow if I do it to you? Mm-hmm. You're gonna, well, that's because you're strong. So here, grab me.
All right.
Okay, remember this, straight down, okay? All right, I'm gonna do it to you. Here, so you're gonna grab my wrist. Oh, okay, go straight down. See, he pulled me down. That was good, one more time. Yeah, okay. He's being careful with me because I'm older and I'm not as strong as him. But if he were in this situation, okay, and you really want to put more on the wrist.
What's that?
Like this. Hand to wrist. Yes, okay, because you want to bend the wrist. Okay, you want to bend that wrist. That's a manipulation. Okay, right. So let's do it. Right. Okay, thank you. All right. They can see it on your black pretty easily. One more time. Okay. So grab me. Right here, elbows out. I'm going to step back, and then my elbows are going to go down. I go down with my 1, 2, 3, like this. And see how I brought in his wrist right here? It alleviates what's around my throat. Right? Okay. And then, if I have to, I can always knee. Knee. I like the knees. Bam, bam. All right. Let's talk about if somebody grabs you from behind. Okay. So if you feel it and somebody's close enough, they're running up to you, they grab you, you can always do it. This move is a really simple move. And it's a up, down. It's not an out like, it's an up, down, okay? So I come up and I come down right where I can hit his shoulder and push him away. One more time. Ah! Okay, let's do it again. Ah! Okay, let's do it slow motion. Ah, there we go. Good job. Thank you. Now, and then you're off and running, right? Whatever. So do me with both hands. Grab. Okay. This right here, you can do the same thing. But this is a little bit more awkward because he's got this arm over here, this hand over here has got me in a more of a stable situation. So I can't really do this as well, right? So if I have to, I mean, I'm still going to do this. But what I'm going to do instead of this is I'm going to use my elbow more, right? So go ahead, use my elbow more. So I want my elbow to come down and hit him right here in the chest. Ah! Right here, and then I'm going to follow up with the backhand to the temple. So real slow. Come up, I'm going to come down, backhand to the temple. And I twist. When I twist, watch my feet when I twist my body. Okay, go ahead. I don't lock my body in and twist like this because you're gonna screw up your knees and you're down. You know, your knees don't twist, your body does. So your feet twist you into a position where you can do this. So I'm going to hit right here, and then I'm going to follow up with that back fist to the temple. Watch my feet and my total, everything I do together. Bam! All right. So, one more time. Bam. That's a back fist to the temple, right here, okay? So, elbow, back fist, right? All right. So let's talk about then the choker, the sleeper choke. Okay. This is something he can pull me off of my feet. But before he does that, I'm going to take this hand. Let's move this way so you can see our front. I'm going to take this hand. I'm going to grab his hand, and basically his thumbs if I can get there. Both of my elbows are out, mainly this one right here. But I'm going to bring my elbows straight down because I want to put this hand right here. We're in between where his elbow and the bend of his arm is. These come straight down. They don't stay outside. They have to come straight down towards my body. And when I do that, then watch where I put this foot right here. I put this foot behind there, which puts my buttock up against his thigh. Okay, so there's where the foot goes back. It pushes my buttock up against his thigh, which pushes him back. So all this goes like this. This gets this off of my throat. This is my main goal. I want to breathe. I want to breathe. Okay, one more time. I want to breathe. And then I've got this elbow right here. I'm just gonna slide down. I'm gonna slide it. If you can see, slide it down into his right in his rib cage right here, and try to knock him out right there. You feel that, sir? Okay, right there, right. And then I have this hammer fist to hit here if I need to, or I can hit right here in this muscle right there, right? Okay, you're gonna do it real slow. Okay, we're gonna do it one more time. We're out here, straight down, out like that. Good job. All right. Sorry. All right. Those are some really serious moves. If you are to get knocked down, as a woman, of course, we're going to go up like this. If you've done any kind of jiu-jitsu, or if you've done any kind of wrestling, you know that this is called a shrimp move right here. We can shrimp out. You know that you want to take out their knees. They can't walk without their knees, so you want to take out their knees. I'm not going to go for the crotch because that's going to take my foot right there. He's going to get it right there. I'm going to go for the knee. So I'm going to go for the knee. He goes down for me. I go for this knee. He bends his knees to come down towards me. I go for this knee. Do it again. I go for this knee. And then I push up against there. Go ahead again. Because I can't really get here, but these knees will stop him. If I push against his knee, I can shrimp out. If I can get up, my goal is to get up, right? My goal is to get up and yell, 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 and do what you can. Let's talk a little bit about weapons. I defer a lot of my weapon talk to the police departments. The police departments have a great YouTube information. Most of all of it's free. I've never not been on a police YouTube about self-defense that has never not been free, because they want you to learn. They want you to learn how to keep yourself safe so they can be free to go do other things. So somebody has a gun, a gun that they come up to you and you're getting into your car. They point a gun. They want you to get in the car. I'm like, I take my purse, my packages, I throw it down, I run. I don't care what they say. Get in the car, I don't care. Here's my purse, my car, my purse, my packages, I'm out. If you're in the parking lot, they're going to take that and go. They're not going to shoot you. Get in the car, throw that down and run. If your car door, here's your car, and your car door is already open, and they come up towards you, shut that car door. Get out and shut that car door, because you don't have any way to run. You have no room if you don't have any room. Shut the car door and back away, because they come up to you, shut that car door, drop the stuff, and run. That is my personal suggestion. I am not going to say I'm going to do what they're going to do, because they want this car. I'm just along for the ride, and I'm not going to be along for the ride. I'm out. So that's how I look at my self-defense. That's what I've read. That's what I've researched. That's what you'll find out as well. Also, too, if somebody does push me into a car and you're right here, you know, I have this, I've got a horn and I have my feet. But if they have a gun, you know, you are in a bad situation here. If you can, scoot across. Scoot across and get out. If you can't, you know, if you can get them out and shut the door and lock the door and scoot across, that's what I'd do. If they're outside the car with a gun, I'd lock it and get in the floorboard as far down as I could get, and call 911 or whatever. Talking about guns, and if they're out and they're, you know, you're in a parking lot and they're shooting randomly, you know, you're going to hide, you're going to do whatever. But you know, if you do look on police video, if you do look on that kind of situation, and you're in an area where they are looking to shoot people, I would definitely run in a zigzag pattern. They talk about that as a safety measure or as a self-preservation measure. That is a combat, even a combat measure. If you're, yeah, reflective move, moving like that. Keep low. One thing, though, talking about personal self-defense is knives. So knives are something, just point your finger at me, like a knife, you know. And if you're close enough that they have a knife, it is a personal situation. I'm going to try to knock that out of the, if they're close enough to me, if I can't run and it's close enough to me and it's coming for me, I'm going to move this way. So whatever, you don't want to move this way, of course. You know that you have, he's got this whole, you know, this is a closed part of his body. You're right here. You want to move this way, right? One more time. So this takes practice. So even if, you know, you want to guard this part of your wrist, go ahead. Then do it this side of your hand. If you get cut on this side of your hand, it's not going to hurt you. This side is where your veins are. Okay? All right. And any kind of other weapon type things, if they come up behind you with a weapon or something like that, that is something that is really a dangerous situation that you definitely have to have more intense study and some more intense practice with. As far as your police departments, there is a program out there called RADD, for women and children and men who want hands-on. There are some great programs out there, by the way, for some hands-on studies, hands-on programs, especially when we come back from being in a situation where we can have some more hands-on. So you should, if this is something you're interested in, definitely get involved in some sort of martial arts, some sort of self-defense package you might find with your police department or with your community. Definitely get recommendations from your friends. The police departments have great recommendations. We studied Taekwondo. Like I said, there's some great martial arts out there, programs that that for adults might take you a little bit further into a self-defense and into a kind of a combative type of situations that might give you some more information and some more tools to work with. And it's a great, by the way, it's a great way to keep fit. So you can definitely keep fit with it as well. But as being with the libraries and really knowing that they have some great information, don't forget about looking up their information and requesting some books or some videos or whatever. Thank you very much, sir, for being my partner in this, and thank you very much for having us today.